Welcome back to the pod. Uh-oh. We have to restart that. Anyways, welcome back to the podcast, episode 26, baby. It's great to be alive. It's great to be alive. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit everything. Hit all the buttons, hit my buttons, hit Luca's buttons, hit Andrea's buttons. And head over to the Spotify and follow up on the Spotify. We appreciate all the love and support. It's Friday right now. How we feeling? How we feeling today? Lots been going on today, huh?
That's not a good question.
So if anyone,
to ask me.
I don't think we should bring it up. I was gonna bring it up, but no. So this is a big episode. I've been waiting for this episode. This is. We'll get into. It's gonna be mostly about the Super Bowl, but we're gonna get into like the MVP, the kind of the awards of the NFL honors yesterday. But how have you been?
This next question.
Next, bro, you look like.
It's not funny. Let's just keep going.
I know, but people are watching this. They might be worried about what's going on. Like you look like you're tired.
Don't be worried. Mind your business. Next question.
My next question is. I don't have another question.
Or next topic.
So Josh Allen wins MVP. Were you surprised by this?
I think everyone was.
Really?
I think what people were expecting was Lamar Jackson. Statistically,
I think it was like 50-50 though, wasn't it?
Statistically was better. I mean, Josh Allen made the playoffs, but I don't know if they count that in the MVP or went farther in the playoffs than Lamar and like beat Lamar. So I don't know.
Yeah, like do you think that had an impact? Because it's not supposed to. Like the rules are, it's a regular season award, but he did beat Lamar 1-on-1 in the playoffs. But Lamar beat him in the regular season, and like you said, Lamar had the better regular season stats. So it really makes you think that like how, first of all, who is, I know like the media is the one voting. What is the criteria? Because if you look at all the stats, Lamar, I'm not going to say crushed him, but Lamar had a significantly better stats than Josh.
Yeah.
So what the hell are we like? Is it a race thing? Is it because he's white? I'm not trying to bring race into it. I don't think it is. That's why, but I thought Lamar deserved to win the MVP. I would have voted for him.
I don't know what the stats are. What are the?
He leads in passing yards, rushing yards, passing touchdowns.
Like is it?
I don't know the stats the top of my head.
Yeah, because if it's like 100, like a small difference, like I could see why, but you have to think too. Like they probably took into consideration the difference in team. Like Josh Allen didn't have anyone. They just lost their best receiver, Stephon Diggs. And he wins MVP without Stephon Diggs. Like, he's still performing at a very high level without Stephon Diggs. He doesn't have a top running back like Lamar Jackson does. Like, he doesn't have the top 5 O-line. He doesn't have any of that. And he still performed pretty much equally as good as Lamar.
It is kind of crazy to look back that like I projected the Bills to do so bad this year. I thought the Josh would take a dive. And like all his numbers, but I was like completely wrong. But I mean, you make a good point. Do you think that for MVP, you should consider who has less help around them?
Yeah, so because it shows more their talent. Because like, if you have a top receiver and a top running back, it's like, yeah, you can count on those guys because they're performing at a high level and they know what they got to do and they're good. But then you have like, I wouldn't say they're bad receivers. They're just not proven or anything like that.
But you can make an argument that the Bills had a better receiving core than the Ravens this year. You can make an argument. So it's not like Lamar was playing with like Hall of Fame receivers all year. Like Zay Flowers is super inconsistent.
But he won still Pro Bowl. I don't think they see it that way. I mean, we could see it that way, but I don't think they see it that way. And then they had Bateman or whatever, and then they have Mark Andrews. Like Mark Andrews was great, So I wouldn't really say that.
But Josh had Shakir, Amari Cooper.
Shakur, Amari
He had
Cooper,
Kincaid and Knox.
but none of those guys were like Mark Andrews, and none of those guys are like top receiver like Jamar Chase either. So I wouldn't really say
Yeah.
it's much better. I would say it's pretty even.
That's what I'm
Honestly.
saying. Like, you
Yeah.
can't really say that, like, Josh had way less to deal with. You can't say that Lamar had way more help.
I mean,
Like,
Derrick Henry was big help.
yeah, but it
Derrick
does
Henry
help. It does
compared
help
to
the
James
quarterback.
Cook. Yeah,
It does help the quarterback having a good running back, but it's not like you can still be a good quarterback without like
No,
Patrick.
I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback. I'm just saying that he had more help in that sense compared to Josh Allen.
Yeah. Overall, though, like, I'm not mad at the decision, but like, in your opinion, was it just between Josh and Lamar, or did you throw Saquon in the mix? Did you throw Joe Burrow in the mix? I don't think they would have given it to Joe Burrow strictly because he didn't make the playoffs. If he did make the playoffs, I think they would have strongly considered him
I don't think so.
because his stats were he had more passing yards than both of them. He had more passing touchdowns than both of them, but he just didn't win enough games to go to the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't know. I think. Yeah, I don't know. I guess if things would have been different maybe.
And then
but I have no idea.
And then if Saquon beat the record, if he actually played his last game, do you think he would have been considered? Or do you think they just never would
Maybe.
give it to a running back, no matter what?
I don't think they would have given it to a running back, honestly. And
Stupid.
it's stupid and it's kind of annoying because it's just like pretty much just who's the best quarterback, and it's just kind of annoying.
In your opinion, it was basically just Josh and Lamar.
Well, yeah, I mean,
They're not going to give it to a running back, and they're not going to give it to a quarterback that did not make the playoffs. Correct?
I don't think it's because he didn't make the playoffs. I just think that they didn't have a good, like his team around him and his like regular season team wasn't good. They didn't have a good start either. Let's be honest. Like
They never have good starts.
Yeah.
What is it with
wasn't-
that, though?
I don't know. Coaching probably. I have no idea.
But he did win Comeback Player of the Year, which we thought was kind of weird.
Yeah, Sam Darnold should have won that.
How the fuck did he win? How did he win over Sam
What the
Darnold?
fuck was he even injured for?
I've heard he's been injured a lot in his career. I don't remember. I think
I
it was.
get he was injured and shit, but I feel like Sam Darnold had a better comeback. Like
But
that's like
it's,
somebody that nobody expected to even be in the playoffs.
yeah, I think Sam Darnold should have won because we know what Joe Burrow is capable of, and we saw that this year. But we had no idea that Sam Darnold could do any of the things that he did this year. Like he broke boundaries for himself, you know, and he was the second string quarterback. No one expected this. He made the Pro Bowl this year. Like I don't know, just because Joe's injured, I don't think that qualifies him. I don't think that qualifies him to be the Comeback Player of the Year. Even though he had a great year, I think.
I think if you're injured for like an extensive amount of time, like it's an injury where like you pretty much had to take a year off. Like Tank Dell, like let's just say Tank Dell, like after all that, he comes back and then he still has a phenomenal season. Like that should be Comeback Player of the Year. Like those type of injuries where they go out for a long time and they come back and like they play good again. Like that's insane to do.
I think that award is weird because I think it was last year or 2 years ago that like Damar Hamlin didn't win it, even though he almost died the year before.
Yeah.
Joe Flacco won it last year. What the fuck? I don't know. It's a weird award. I think it's an important award. It shows how much better you've gotten from last year to this year. But so and then Verse won Defensive Rookie of the Year, and then you said Gene Daniels won Offensive Rookie of the Year, which that one was so obvious. I think who was in the conversation, like Malik Neighbors probably.
Offensive player.
Like if
Rookie of the
Jane
Year.
Daniels didn't pop off the way he did, like Malik probably would have won it. Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers.
Probably Malik though.
Yeah, probably Malik
Malik.
Neighbors. Honestly, Brock Bowers was really, really good.
It's hard to say.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I don't know, but it's one of those.
Because it's weird because I feel like when it comes to MVP,
I don't think Marvin Harrison would have won.
when it comes to MVP, they take team success into the mix. But I feel like some of these other awards, Some of these other awards, they don't care about team success.
No, maybe Bucky Irving.
No, he wouldn't have won.
No, he was
No,
good.
he didn't score enough touchdowns. I don't think.
Yeah, he did. He
He
got me
did.
27 points one day.
Does he remember?
Yeah.
It's like, Jay, he won me. He won me a week. So, and then what was the other one? The other one was, I think that was it, right? Defensive Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, MVP.
Who was the other defensive rookies that were good?
I don't even know. I don't really follow defense like that. I mean, no one really does.
I thought you were football guy.
Well, you're catching me on an off day, Andrea. You're catching me on an off day right now. So, yeah, that's that. Okay, so I think we should start the convo.
Okay.
I think we should start the convo. We were going to have this talk like 2 episodes ago, but then we were like, no, let's save it to when it gets closer. The hype is building. And then we were going to talk about it last episode. We were like, no, let's keep waiting. So we haven't even talked about the game at all. Like literally, even outside the podcast, like she's literally like, oh my God, like you haven't even asked me who I think's going to win. Like this could literally ruin our relationship.
Why would it ruin our relationship?
I'm being sarcastic. It's not going to ruin our relationship, but there was one year when she made fun of me because we lost in the Super Bowl, and it really upset me. Like I don't think I'm a sensitive guy, but low key sometimes when it comes to like sports, like my mom was low key making fun of me for not making fun of me crying last year in the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, I don't know why he cried.
Well, they think it's because I was drunk, but that definitely helped. But we're not gonna get into that.
But when I made fun of you, we were like a year into.
We didn't know the boundary. We didn't know the boundaries.
Yeah,
like I was always.
Like my family is always like we always like mess around like that. Like we make fun of each other like in a loving way. Like it's not anything malicious and like I was just like haha, and then like I mean I should have read the room, but like yeah, that was not the time to do that. And he got like really mad and like it was a whole thing.
So let's not do that this year, please. Okay. Okay.
I mean, let's be honest. He would do the same if the Chargers lost. Like he would. Be
I promise you, I would not.
Yeah, you would.
Whenever the Padres lose, even when you guys lost to the Texans, I didn't make a joke about it.
Oh yeah, because we were around my dad.
I still would have made a joke.
Yeah, I know. you're lying, bro.
Your dad would hit me.
No, my dad would never hit you. Why would he hit you? Why would you say that?
Oh, my dad would hit me.
For really? Yeah. No, he wouldn't. Your dad would not hit you. I know your dad.
Yeah, he's probably watching this. Like, what the fuck?
He would. Wait.
Did your dad ever hit you growing up, or your mom?
No.
Your mom? Did your mom ever backhand you?
Oh, my mom would. She would spank me.
Did you ever have the backhand or no?
No. There was only one time that I remember that she. It's actually kind of a crazy story. I was like getting ready for softball, right? And she comes home from work, and this was like supposed to be a 1, 2, 3 type of thing. Like I already got, like we're ready. Get in the car, get your shit, let's go. Cause it was kind of in a rush, you know. And she gets home, and we're already running late, and I can't find my fucking softball pants, and I'm looking everywhere, and like I'm on the floor crying. She's like pressuring me, and I'm like scared, and like I can't find them, and then like out of just like being stressed, highly stressed, I was just like, I hate softball. And she was like, no you don't. And she's pregnant with Alex, and she grabs the hanger from my room and just hits me.
She got offended. She got offended by that.
And she's like, find your pants and let's go. And I don't know, somehow I found these fucking pants, and we got going.
She fucking scared you into finding your pants.
Yeah, that's the time. That's the only time that I remember my mom like really like spanking me hard. But other than that, I was a good child.
Yeah, I don't know how we got into this conversation, but we need to get into the meat. We need to get into the meat and potatoes.
The meat and potatoes.
The meat and potatoes.
The taters.
Today is February 7th. I don't know if I've already mentioned that. We are 2 days away from Super Bowl. What is it? 58, 59.
You know
everything's on the line. I feel like we haven't watched a football game in like 3 years. Like it feels like.
What do you mean? Oh,
because they took a week off.
Yeah.
It just feels like it's been forever.
Oh yeah, it's been forever.
They did their little media thing. I thought it was pretty boring. They had like I'm always interested in like when they come together and like what the vibes are, but they were all friendly. Like there wasn't no.
Yeah.
Like Andy Reid came in a Hawaiian shirt, or like a fucking button down, colorful flower shirt. He's always looking fresh, and it's
Yeah.
Andy Reid. It's Big Red, man.
Big
But
Red.
yeah, Patrick seemed he kind of has a resting bitch face. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it's a bitch face, but it's like a I don't want to be here face. Like I would
Mm.
rather be somewhere. Like I
I'm
don't
sure.
know.
Yeah.
Like
Loki
Kelsey just
kinda.
looks happy wherever he goes,
Mhm.
but like lately Mahomes' face, maybe he's just like trying to like laser focus in on this game and like block everything out, block out all the noise. But he seems really like I'm not trying to hype up the game, but it seems like he's taking the Super Bowl more serious than the other ones. Like this is the most important one because it's like history, you know. It's different than the rest of the Super Bowls. This is a chance for history that's never been done before. That's
Mhm.
that's something that's gonna put your name in the leg in the history books forever. I don't know. Did you notice that though?
Yeah, I feel like also like people just be asking them like the stupidest questions, bro. I was like rewatching some of the questions. I'm like, why are they like? If I ever had the opportunity to be in front of Patrick Mahomes, my question is not gonna be, "What's your best Kermit the Frog impression?"
That's a good point.
Like, what the fuck is that question? What is that? Like, you're literally about to witness like some of the greatest football ever, and that's what you have to ask him. And he literally like he was like, "I'm doing it right now. I'm talking." So, and he like looked so annoyed. I was like, "Bro, that shit would annoy me." Like, that is
I'm not gonna lie.
the
Like
stupidest question ever.
as a player, if I was a player, I feel like this whole like 1 week of media interviews would like be so annoying. Like
Oh
I feel like
yeah.
even they all look annoyed as fuck.
Like Travis Kelsey, like he's always happy and shit, but like there was questions that they were asking him too, like that were stupid. Like they were asking him like, at the end of the game, are you gonna propose to Taylor Swift? Is Taylor Swift gonna perform? And like he was just like annoyed, like he
Cause
was
they
just giving one word
because they
answers.
just want to get to the game. They don't really care about it. Like, and especially for us, most of us, it's their fourth time going through all this in their career, third or fourth time, you know.
Mhm.
But yeah, they don't look like they want to be there. They want to get. It's awkward too when you're standing next to your opponent.
Yeah.
But
I saw the funniest video though. It was Jameis Winston asking
I seen that.
somebody
Eat
a
this
question.
W.
No, not that.
Oh,
It's a
he asked,
different
"What your favorite color?"
one.
To
Yeah,
Chris
bro.
Jones, right?
Chris Jones, and it was the best build up. He's like, Chris Jones, this is the most historic moment ever. You're about to head into your 3P. How do you feel? I have the most important question to ask you. What is your favorite color?
Yeah.
It was like the funniest shit ever. Like it was like he was gonna ask like the most important question ever, and it was
And
just
Jameis is like they
yeah.
show like the reporters, and he's like standing towering over everyone else
Yeah, he's
because
so
all the
tall.
reporters are short.
Yeah, he's hilarious though.
But I was gonna ask you a question. But yeah, do you think that Andy, Travis, and Mahomes are like? Do you think this one would mean the most out of all of them? Like if they win this
Yeah,
one and then like look back on their career, they'd be like, bro, that fourth Super Bowl when we three-peated, that felt the best.
probably because it's like something that you can say like no one has done.
Like someone
It's
said,
probably like it's like nobody else has done it. So it's like when you look back, and like 20 years down the line, you look back, you're like, damn, like we really did that. Nobody had ever completed that.
you know what's
Ever.
crazy?
What?
MJ did it twice.
Damn.
And two different, and like he
But
took a 5-year break,
but
which is even
basketball
crazier.
is different than football.
They say that like once MJ did his first three-peat, that's when he became MJ.
I see what you mean.
But you think it's easier in basketball?
I think it's different. I think it's different
I think it's harder.
because of how it's a series.
I think that makes it harder.
Really?
I think it makes it harder because when it's a 7-game series, the opponent has more chances to fix their mistakes, to make changes, and to.
But you also have that same opportunity.
That is true, and also like it's hard with football because even if you're the favorite, you can lose. It's one game, you can lose. So I think it's. I don't know.
Like imagine if like you wouldn't be tired or like in some way like they would have a series for football like I think that they would have that more of an opportunity to three-peat
and
than they
and
do now.
and the one game, it adds so much more pressure.
Yeah, because
Even
it's one game, win
like
or
even
lose.
if you're the heavy favorite, like Washington beating Detroit, if that was a 7 game series, Detroit wins that series. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
But because it's a one game, Washington can take advantage of the one game.
Yeah. And like anything can happen. You can never it doesn't really matter who's the favorite, who's the underdog in one scenario games in my
Yeah.
opinion because anything is possible, anything can change. People crumble in pressure, people flourish in pressure. It just really
But
depends.
yeah, I agree. And like I feel like in NBA, it's more rare for the heavy underdog to win the series. Like that's more rare. Like when
Mhm.
Miami beat, well, they were probably the underdog in every single series that year.
Mhm.
But okay, we're gonna get to the meat and potatoes.
Okay.
I'm gonna give my unbiased opinion on the game. I'm not gonna. We'll save our predictions for the end. I mean, everyone knows my prediction, but okay. Chiefs, Eagles. We didn't play each other this year. Obviously, we had the Super Bowl 2 years ago. I'll start with the Eagles. Like, obviously, they have the running game. You know, we have to. That has to be our main priority. Bless you. How do we stop? I don't think you can stop Saquon. I think it's just limiting his 70-yard touchdowns. So the linebackers, like everyone on defense, has to work together. It can't be one person. Like literally, the entire defense has to have one eye on Saquon at all times. Like, yeah, you got your man, but you better know where Saquon's at, because his like cut speed, like when he cuts, makes a cut right, and his ability to get to max speed from that cut is like insane.
Yeah.
So he can juke someone out and get to full speed and just outrun everyone.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a team effort, but our defensive coordinator is known for like throwing everything at the offense. Like he like will blitz a lot, like he'll play man a lot. He kind of like confuses offenses, and that's kind of how we've won in the past.
Mhm.
But I think the Eagles haven't played a defense like us. Like they played the Rams. Well, they played the Packers defense, which I would say the Packers is like pretty good, average. They're kind of young. They're
Yeah.
pretty young.
They're pretty good.
Rams defense, I don't think you can compare that to us. We're better.
Yeah.
And then Washington, we're way better than Washington on
I
defense.
think Rams defense is pretty good though.
I'd say the Packers was their best defense that they played up until
Yeah,
now.
probably compared
But
to the Rams, but I wouldn't say Rams is like bad. Like,
yeah,
it's not.
Rams
I would say it's like medium. Like it's
Rams
pretty
is
good.
pretty young too. But I think that they haven't faced a defense like us in the playoffs. Chris Jones,
I don't think so
Bolton,
either.
McDuffie. McDuffie, that's an interesting thing. Are they gonna have him
Like who in the NFC would have been their best competition?
defensively wise?
Yeah, because the
If the
Lions,
Lions
were
were
all hurt.
healthy.
Even if they won against the Commanders, they were still all hurt. So it's like I don't really see a team in the.
But NFC doesn't have a lot of great defenses now that I'm thinking about it.
They do if they're healthy. They are the great defense.
They are the only good defense, really. And the Lions,
Yeah.
if they're healthy, but they weren't.
Oh, Vikings, I guess too.
But back to the game,
But-
like, I don't know if you can put McDuffie on A.J. Brown the entire game. I think that's a mismatch size-wise. I think they would take advantage of that.
I think so too.
So we'll see what they do with that. I think you might put him on Devontae, hopefully. But then who's going to guard AJ? Are we going to play a zone? There's a lot of questions. I have no idea how we're going to play this offense. But, yeah, I mean, and then I think we got to force Jalen to make decisions. We can't let Saquon go off. It's easier said than done.
Mm-hmm.
But if you play man, I don't know. What do you think?
What do I think of what?
How our defense is going to look against their offense? Like, do you think we have the ability to like slow Saquon down?
I think anything is possible. I don't think anything is ever out of the question. I think if any team has an ability to slow Saquon down, it would be probably the Chiefs over
But
I'm trying to
like,
think of other teams.
if
Like,
he gets 75 yards on the game, I feel like that's slowing him down. For some running backs, that's like a really good game.
hmm
But can't let him get over 100 yards and no touchdowns.
I don't know if yeah.
But
I
Jalen
don't
did
know.
play good last game. Maybe
Yeah, I don't know because they're definitely gonna test it, and we know the run is gonna come. So I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna start hot with the run. I don't know if they're gonna just try to incorporate every single player, and it's just gonna be like trying to get small yardage and move the sticks little by little. You know what I mean? Because it really doesn't matter how you do it as long as you fucking do it, right? Like, so I don't really know how they're gonna
it's interesting though.
formulate their plan either. Yeah,
It's really
on
interesting.
the offensive side. So they do have a lot of weapons. That's something to look out for. They got great receiving core. I mean, I wouldn't say their tight end is like top tier, but he's good enough. And we've seen him what he can do if you let him do stuff.
And 2 years ago when we played them, they put up over 30 points without Saquon on the team.
hmm So it's possible they
Like
could
they
do it
literally put
again.
up 30 points on our defense without Saquon. Now they have
hmm
Saquon, so that's what makes me nervous,
hmm
and
Running backs do matter for sure.
especially in the playoffs too.
hmm
Like our defense is gonna have to step up
They have
big
a great
time.
O line,
We
so
just whenever Saquon, I'm gonna be so nervous every time he gets the ball. I'm gonna be like literally like dripping sweat because I feel like at any moment he's just gonna like go crazy.
yeah, the O
So
line is that's what's really impressive right there. They have a very
it's a like
poised O line. They're not young. They're not young in the sense of like they're all rookies or anything. Like they're very experienced, and a lot of those guys have gone to the Super Bowl before. So I mean,
the connection of Saquon with that offensive line is like the scariest thing in the NFL.
yeah, like
Maybe besides like Derrick Henry and Lamar, that connection. But it's scary. I really hope that we can figure it out because we haven't really gotten up against a running back like this.
hmm
Like it kind of reminds me of like Bijan Robinson. Like they kind of have a
who's your
similar
guys' other cornerback?
cornerback. We got Watson and then Connor.
Watson.
I think
Is Reed one?
he's a safety.
Oh,
He's a really good safety actually. We have like a really good player at each level. Like at the defensive line level, obviously Chris Jones. At the linebacker level, we have a lot of
Bolton.
guys, but Bolton's our number one guy. He's insane.
What does Karlaftis play?
He's a D lineman
Chanel.
and then linebacker.
Oh,
But we have Bolton, Chris Jones, and then McDuffie in the secondary, and then Reed. So, but yeah, like you said, yeah, like I said, who is McDuffie going to be on? I feel like he might still be on AJ, even though that's kind of a size mismatch.
mhm.
That's their best receiver, obviously. But then
Yeah.
that's gonna give Devontae probably some more options.
Mhm.
And then our offense, obviously their defense has been like one of the best all year. Um, I have a weird feeling. I get my weird feelings from Madden. Like I think Pacheco might go off.
Really?
I feel like it's one of those things where like they're not expecting it, no one's expecting it, but because he has Pacheco since he got back from the injury, he hasn't really been that productive.
Mhm.
But I have a weird feeling that he might go off for like 140 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Damn.
Like,
On their defense?
yeah, because they're
Wow.
not going to expect it.
Mhm.
Because our running game hasn't really been that great in the last few games.
Who knows?
Kelsey, I think Kelsey's going to have a good game. I think he's going to have a good game. He always shows up in the big moments.
Mhm.
D Hop, like out of the receivers, who's the most likely to like?
Pop off.
Because I feel like each game it's a different receiver that pops off for us.
Well, last game, who was it?
It was worthy.
Worthy.
But
So
like D
this.
Hop, it might be D Hop. It could be Juju. It could be Hollywood. Even though Hollywood's been pretty quiet all year, I think he's still trying to get his chemistry with Mahomes.
Yeah.
I think Mahomes gonna run it a lot, but their defense is fuck man. We're gonna have to play out of our minds. Their defense is good too. But I think something about the Super Bowl adds pressure to some of those people that haven't been there before.
Yeah. They got really good defense. They got a good mix of like young rookies with mixed with like these veterans that have been there. Some guys have been there a few years. Some guys have been there a long time. So it's just kind of that good blend. I mean, yeah, their defense is tough. Their cornerbacks are good. They got two good cornerbacks.
But Cooper DeJean, he's a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
he's
he's been
and
playing phenomenal.
are you telling me he's gonna guard D Hop in the Super Bowl?
I don't
Like,
know. I don't know who his task will be.
by the way, I think Patrick is gonna look for D Hop and Kelsey a lot because I feel like he can trust them the most.
Mm-hmm.
It might be Worthy instead of D Hop actually,
Yeah,
because
I
I
don't
feel like
know.
even though Worthy's a rookie, he can still trust them. I feel like, but
Keon Mitchell is another cornerback too. Or
yeah,
Keon, whatever his name is.
they have good players all over the place. Jalen
Yeah,
Carter
Jalen
is
Carter.
you
Yeah,
really got to make sure we dial in on him. But I'm not
yeah.
worried about our offensive line. Our offensive line has been pretty good. I really think Kelsey's gonna have a big game. Bond's probably gonna be on him a lot. Zach Bond, the All Pro
Mm-hmm.
linebacker.
I think it's just gonna be like it's literally even. Like, I mean,
I wouldn't say it. I think are we the underdogs?
I don't know.
I
I
don't know.
don't think so. You guys just won a Super Bowl last
I have a
year.
feeling that we're still the underdogs.
How?
They've kind of dominated their way to the Super Bowl. We've kind of like we barely beat the Bills. We had an easy match, but I just feel like they're gonna look at the last few weeks and who's been more dominant, and the Eagles have been more dominant than us.
Don't you guys have a better record though?
Yeah, but that doesn't matter in the playoffs. We lost
I
two.
wouldn't consider it an underdog. I
You
don't
think top to
consider.
bottom we have a better team than the Eagles? Like top to bottom. I'm
I
talking
don't
about like
consider either of you guys underdogs. Top to bottom, yeah, because you guys won last year a Super Bowl. So how can you tell me that
that
that's
was a
a
different roster though. That
underdog
was a
team?
different roster.
How can you tell me that's an underdog team though? You guys pretty much kept everything the same though. Still the same tight end, still the same running back. You guys added another running back actually, and he's been playing great. You guys have added so many receivers because one of your receivers got hurt, Rasheed Rice, and then Hollywood was kind of hurt, but then he came back. I don't really even know where you guys drafted
You
a
don't know
receiver. Where he's been like
Rasheed?
no Hollywood. He's
He's
been kind of quiet.
yeah.
He doesn't really do anything.
He's too
Um,
busy in Hollywood.
I don't know. Where the you guys drafted him. He's been playing great. I mean, D Hop's been playing great. You guys got him in like free agency or whatever the fuck, or traded for him. I don't know. Like,
But offensively, who has a better quarterback? I'd say the Chiefs.
yeah,
Better running back, probably Eagles.
yeah.
Receivers, I'd give it to Eagles. Offensive line, I'd give it to Eagles. Like, they have a better offense than us besides the
Tight
quarterback.
end, you guys.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty even.
Okay.
I really
I
wouldn't
like
say.
that. But, like, Vegas is going to, like, it's all about making money.
Yeah,
And if they make us the underdog, they'll probably make more money. People are going to bet on
probably.
us.
Yeah, probably.
So, fuck. I think the Eagles are going to take it.
Wow, really?
No, I'm just kidding.
I
I'm
was
just
like,
playing.
I was like,
Fuck that. What if I actually was like dead ass? Like, yeah, Eagles are gonna win. Like that. Like that would be. I would be such a bad fan.
yeah, that would pretty much like be like.
No, I got the
what?
Chiefs winning. Who do you got winning?
I don't know. This is like really tough. I don't even know.
You haven't made your decision
I feel like
yet.
it's so even. Yeah, I have not made a decision. I don't know. It's so even that
All right. While you think about it, while you
like
think about
honestly, like my real thinking, like deep down inside, like I feel like I don't know. It's just like deep down inside, like I personally would like to see the Eagles win, but I feel like that's just not the way it's gonna go. I feel
think
like every single game, I've been like, oh, like this team will win. This team will beat the Chiefs because they're better, top to bottom.
yeah.
This team will beat the Chiefs. This team, it never happens, bro. I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't know. Every time I go, like bet against, every time I go for the Chiefs, they lose. Sometimes, every time I'm like, oh no, this team will beat the Chiefs, they win. So I don't know.
Damn.
I feel like if I had to bet a paycheck on it, I would bet. I would go for the Chiefs. Like I'm betting on the Chiefs. I'm putting my money on the Chiefs. I'm putting my whole life savings on the Chiefs.
Really?
They because I feel like they've just proven like they just
It's almost
continuously.
like the factor of like we just find a way to win. It's not
Yeah,
like we play better. It's not like we have the better team. It's
that is
just.
considered playing better though, because and it could fall under IQ. It could fall under time management of the clock. It could fall under so many
But
things.
don't you
So
feel like when we find a way to win, it's not pretty? Like sometimes we win, but it's like messy. You know,
that's
it's not.
yeah.
It's not like Cincinnati's offense where it's like it just looks perfect. Or
Cincinnati though.
the
Oh,
Bengals.
oh, the Bengals.
Like
Well,
our
yeah.
offense looks messy. It looks like it's like a scribbled drawing. Like it just doesn't look perfect. But I think the whole world wants the Eagles to win, but deep down they know somehow, some way,
Chiefs are
the
gonna
Chiefs are
win.
gonna find a way to win. I think especially if it's close. I think we talked about this
Yeah.
last week or 2 weeks ago that like when you play the Chiefs, you have to like blow us. Like you have to have the
Mhm.
mindset of like we're gonna kill these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
If you leave it too close at the end, then we're gonna have a game-winning kick, or Mahomes is
Game
gonna.
winning kick or a game winning like first down that gets them, to run down the clock. Like it's just you have to get ahead of these Chiefs like by a lot. And you really have to put a stop to the offense. You have to do it quick. And when you have the ball, you have to let that clock run. You have to take your
And you
time.
have to put up a lot of points.
Yeah, you have to take your time in the sense of like let that clock run the ball, keep getting first downs, keep running it, keep taking your time, get your touchdown. You just wasted 8 minutes getting that touchdown. Great. Now you got to get a defensive stop. Your defense just got a bunch of
And
rest.
you know what else? I feel like to beat us, you have to be ultra aggressive. What I mean by that is go for it on a lot of fourth downs. It's weird to like be like how to beat the Chiefs because I'm a Chiefs fan, but this is how you do it. You have to go for it, be super risky. Go for it on a bunch of fourth downs. Maybe do a fake punt, throw them off, maybe an onside kick. Like you can't play it safe. You have to go for it. What do you think the score will be?
I have no idea, bro.
I think
I don't know.
there's no way
I
it's
really don't know.
there's no way. I don't know either. I'm just trying to think
Like
of it
this
right
is
now.
like the first like game that I'm like stumped where I'm like this one and the Bills and Ravens was like damn like
But I feel like
but something told me Bills and I was right.
every Super Bowl that we've been in has been close as fuck.
Yeah.
Like we went to overtime last year. It was literally 19-19 going into
I
overtime.
don't know.
I don't think it's gonna be that low scoring though. I feel like it's gonna be like 28-24 or like 31-27, something like that, something in that range.
It's crazy because I can see like both. Like I can envision the Chiefs winning and like history happening, but I can also see the Eagles upsetting and taking that away.
Low key though, I could see it being low scoring too because of how good the defenses are. There's really two really good defenses.
I feel like this is what's gonna happen. I feel like in the first half, it's gonna be low scoring. Like they're gonna score, but it's gonna probably be like
yeah,
like
field
a
goals
like a
and shit.
7-14 or like a 7-10. Like and then it goes to halftime, and then when we come back, they really figure their
Yeah.
shit out, and then it just goes off. Like it goes insane. Like
And
that's
I
what
feel
I feel
like
like could happen.
sometimes in Super Bowls it's a low scoring because it's the first time jitters, right? Like remember the Patriots Rams from like
And you're just
2000.
kind of in your head, and you're just kind of like probably not expecting something. So then when you go to halftime, your coaches really get to see everything, and you get to make adjustments, some things that you weren't looking at that they've now implemented, and just shit like that.
I don't think there's gonna be first time jitters though because they've all been there.
Yeah, I don't think it's really.
So
for,
I don't think
yeah.
it's gonna be. I really don't think it's gonna be like
Maybe for some of the other guys that haven't been
Yeah.
there, like some of the rookies or something like that. But I just feel like they're just so locked in that I feel like both teams are really locked
Who
in.
do you think the crowd will be like more favoring to probably the Eagles, huh?
Probably the Chiefs.
In New Orleans.
Oh,
New
but
Orleans is
I thought
gonna.
it's like only famous people that go because it's like so expensive.
Probably just wealthy people or people that won a competition to go there.
Yeah.
It's so stupid how famous. But we need to lock in our scores. I'm gonna lock in mine right now, and we'll come back and see how close we were.
Mhm.
And we gotta say who we think's gonna be Super Bowl MVP. I'm gonna
Okay.
say
I haven't even picked anybody that I think will win yet. You picked the Chiefs. I haven't even said anything.
the first time we played them in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, it was like 31 to it was like around the 30s. I think it's gonna be like 34-31.
Bro, that's what I was gonna
I think that
guess.
was the same score as the first one. Chiefs win, and
All right, I'm gonna
I
say.
think I hang on. I think Patrick. I think Patrick is gonna be the MVP. I think he's gonna have 2 rushing touchdowns. I
I'm
think
gonna
he's gonna have
say.
2 rushing touchdowns
Wait, I thought you were just asking me about the score.
and the MVP.
Oh.
But you can go now. I said mine.
34-28.
Wow.
MVP will
Wait, who
be.
wins?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know,
You gotta
guys.
pick. You gotta pick.
This is
You have to pick.
this is hard. This is hard because like I want the Eagles to win, bro, but
But you already said if you had to put your money on the line,
but
it'd be
hold
the
on,
Chiefs.
let me talk, bro. Let my emotions out.
Damn, are you an
This
Eagles
is
fan?
this has been like I've been like I've been like really thinking about this deeply. I've been talking to people
No, you
that
haven't,
like
bro.
football people, analysts that I know, and like they've been giving me advice on how to get through this tough time. I've been really
What the
depressed.
fuck?
I've been taking medication for this
Why? It's not that deep.
because this has been
It's
taking
just
over
a
my
pick.
life.
It's just a pick.
Well, let me pick. Okay.
Pick your pick.
Stop pressuring me right now, okay? I'm going to cry. Yeah, it's like I really like not really, but like I really wanted the Eagles to win, not because like of any bad reasons. I just really like that team. I think they're great. I feel like, they deserve it, yada yada yada. But like I just think the Chiefs will win.
Let's go.
I just have a feeling, bro. The Chiefs are gonna win. Chiefs are gonna come through. They're gonna make history, and I feel like if any guy were to do that, it would be Patrick Mahomes. Like any guy that were to, I mean, maybe Tom Brady, but I mean, I don't know. But
Okay, and who's your
yeah.
MVP? Or who do you think wins MVP?
MVP, can like an MVP be won by like
It could
the
be anyone.
opposite?
It could be any.
Oh,
No, it
like
usually is the winning
usually.
team. But it doesn't have to be the
Oh.
quarterback though.
Yeah, I
Like-
mean, I feel like though if the Chiefs win, I feel like it would be Patrick
has to
Mahomes.
be.
Yeah, I don't think anybody else would.
We
be
don't
even
have like
close.
a Saquon on our team that
Yeah,
can pop off.
exactly. That's what I'm saying, or like a Jamar Chase or anything.
Yeah.
So I think even if Jamar Chase was on there, like who would be getting the ball to him? That Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
So it's like I still think the quarterback would win. So I think Patrick Mahomes.
Okay,
Even if he doesn't have 2 rushing touchdowns or a touchdown, like a rushing touchdown at all.
I think my friend Tony has the same like prediction as you. Like he wants the Eagles, but deep down he's like, I think the Chiefs are gonna win though.
Yeah.
But so let's say the Chiefs win. I got a couple questions.
Okay.
Does Kelsey retire? I don't think he will.
Hold on.
Hang on.
Hold on. You've asked me this question before, and I feel like I've thought about this.
Wait. I wasn't done with the question.
Okay.
Well, kind of. Like I personally I don't think he will because I think if he was thinking about retiring,
You would have said something.
he would have like. There's no way he's been just keeping it inside this whole time. He's probably not. It's probably one of those things where like he wants to wait till the season's over, see how it goes, see how it ends, and then make his decision like while he's on vacation in Cabo. But
I
don't think he's made the decision yet. But do you think he will if he wins?
I think my prediction stays the same. I think that he would. This is my ideology. Like, if you're an athlete, the best way to end your career is by
God,
winning a
dude.
Super Bowl.
A 3-peat?
Okay. But imagine a 3-peat.
Oh my God, bro.
That is the best in history. That is like the highest of the highs that team will be feeling.
Oh my God,
All those
bro.
players will be feeling like we're that team. Like we're the only team here Nobody else has been here ever in history. And
What a way to finish your career.
Football has been going on for decades and decades and decades, and we're the first team to be able to do this. And I mean, I feel like that would be the best way to end your career, and like
But
the most happiest way. Why would you possibly want to end your career and like risk it and be like, oh, let's just go one more year, and then you don't win that year? You know what I mean? Like,
there's so much to there's so much to unpack in this conversation.
cause like even if, okay, let's just say you guys three-peat, right? It's not guaranteed that you're gonna win again 4 times in a row, right? Like, if it hasn't even been done 3 times in a row, 4 times in a row is like nearly impossible.
So
like,
when Michael Jordan won his first three-peat, like there was like no, like it was almost like okay, like we did it. Like there was no like let's four-peat. Like it's almost like three-peating is like that's all you can do. Like no one's ever tried to, because after the three-peat he went to baseball.
right.
Like they didn't even try to four-peat.
That's
And
what
then
I'm
after
saying,
after the second three-peat, the ownership broke him up. He didn't allow them to go for a fourth, even though they were all still in their prime.
wow.
So I don't know why that has nothing to do with Travis's situation, but you're 100% right. Like if you're looking on the outside as a fan, like wouldn't you want to end your career at the top of the mountain at something that a team has never done before?
Right.
Damn, that would be
Something
insane.
a team has never done before. You had a great run, a great career. You're gonna go be cemented, like for sure, as the best tight end of all time.
Yeah, because
Like it's gonna be the highest of the highs.
what are you gonna
like,
keep playing for? Are you gonna say let's four-peat now, and then if you win again, do you just keep saying like let's five, let's six-peat?
And,
Like it's just
he's still young enough where it's like he'd be able to enjoy those rings, enjoy all his legacy, his accolades, and be able to just kind of like enjoy now his personal life without football, you know?
because I think he's still like a top 5 tight end, but it's like you can see the decline.
You could see the
decline,
the
especially in the regular season,
yeah,
where like
the speed, the hands isn't
Yeah.
as the same.
so like
Especially the speed part, honestly.
retire before you actually like start to like
That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't want to be like those players where they like start declining and it's like, damn, like he's so washed now, like he's terrible.
Or you don't
like,
want to get into a situation where you're like you get hurt for the last few years and you're just kind of like up and down, off and on the field.
yeah,
But
like why do you even
like
go
do something
through
like
all that?
Gronkowski. Like Gronkowski won 4.
Yeah,
He actually retired and then he came back to the Buccaneers to win their 4th. But he was like 28 years old when he retired. Like he was young as fuck. I just don't know where his head does he want to start having kids with Taylor?
that's what I'm saying.
I just feel like
he's kind of getting to that age where
I feel like he kind of wants to like just like kind of run the world, like go travel the world with her.
yeah,
I
that's what I feel
I feel
like.
like this year you kind of seen like he's living in 2 different lives.
I did see that a lot. Like on social media, like you could see that he was traveling around trying to support her as well.
And he like
because
seems
she comes to the game.
he seems like truly happy with her.
Yeah,
But like wouldn't like don't you want to like go like
especially
maybe you
at
could
this
even like
age.
take a year off and like maybe come back.
Who knows?
But
Yeah.
yeah, it seems like he seems like he's living like, and he has the podcast too. Like he's just doing a
Yeah.
lot right now, and I feel like it's kind of like when you're a football player, you need to like that's your only thing. You can't be doing all this other shit.
Yeah, I think that's
So
honestly. I think if I were like his like a friend or like a sister or mother, something like that to him, I would definitely like advise like pour your all into this game. You already got to this position that nobody even thought would be possible, or maybe slightly possible. Like it was like talked about heavily at the beginning of the season. Now it's like you're finally here. Why the fuck would you not win? Like,
okay,
you feel me? Like you already did all the hard work. This is the last game. This is the last one. That's it. And you win that three-peat.
so you think if they win that he should?
That he
What
should
if he
retire.
loses? What if they lose? What if we lose? Do you think it changes? Like
I think, yeah, because I think if he loses in his head, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking from his side of in his shoes. I think he would be like, fuck, like, I just lost that. Like I can't go out like that. I have to go for one more. In his head, he would be like that, you know.
But
Like,
I think even if we win, in his head, he's like, I still have a quarterback that's in his prime, still one of the best. I think we can literally win a fourth. Like I think he's gonna play again no matter what.
you think so?
Like you said, like if we're in his corner, I would probably make him think about it. Like, dude, like you can literally sail into the sunset, and like with all this money, a fucking billionaire wife or girlfriend, and you just made history.
Yeah.
But when you're a competitor, that's not how you think. You're in the
Yeah.
moment. You just
I
want
know
to. You're
that
super
he's
competitive. You
I know
know.
that he's highly competitive, but it's like, yeah, like you just won the 3P. That's probably one of the best things that you could do in football. Like, what
Yeah.
else would you know what I mean? Like, would you be wanting to compete for with other guys that guys can tell you that you haven't done yet?
I feel like he also looks at like the trio of him, Andy, and Patrick as like family, and I don't think he would want to leave that. You know.
Yeah,
I don't think he would. I don't. I think he still has a lot left in the tank.
I don't
But well, I
know.
guess we'll see. And then
Yeah, we'll
before we end,
see.
my next question, real quick, was going to be if we do win, how much closer? 'Cause people are saying that like this would make it more of a debate on him and Tom,
Mhm.
which I still don't understand that because Tom at 7.
Yeah.
Just because Patrick three-peated, that means
Oops.
he's like automatically on the same level. Like he would have 4, Tom would still have 7. Like
I
as a
think
as a
this.
Chiefs fan, like how does that make sense?
I think this just makes his case for Patrick better, but his work is not done,
He still
and
needs more.
he's still. Well, it's not that he needs more. Well, yeah, I feel like he's gonna get more. I feel like his case is not done. He's still writing his story. Let him fucking retire. He hasn't even gotten to the age that Tom Brady has gotten to. There's a lot of arguments that I hear people say, but whether you like it or not, at the pace that he's going and at the rate that he's going, he's gonna be better than Tom Brady. It's just, but I think that you also have to look at this. It's like it's kind of like MJ, Kobe, and LeBron kind of thing, where it was like, MJ was the first to do it, and that's what it feels like with Tom. It's like he was the first to do it. He was the first of his
Yeah.
time. He was one of a kind. There was other people that were good before him, but like he was the first to be like the best, top tier. And I feel like now it's like kind of like that. Now it's like Kobe is coming up, like Kobe is Patrick, like he's the next up in line, and he's the next great. And I don't think that you can ever take that away from Tom because Tom was the first to do it.
But
But I think that Patrick will be better, but he's not done
well,
yet.
yeah, like better. Like you mean like a better quarterback? I'm talking about like best of
Like,
all time.
yeah, best of all time.
But how much do you take like rings? Because in basketball, MJ didn't have the most rings out of any player, but
Right.
he's still the GOAT.
Exactly.
So like Patrick doesn't need 7 to be the
Exactly.
GOAT.
I don't think
He
so.
could get 5 and still be the GOAT, right?
Yeah. I think if he gets 5 and he gets a three-peat in there, I think he would be the best.
Even though Tom has 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like you said, like he's on the path, but
Yeah. I don't see why he couldn't get 7.
I don't even think he doesn't even need to play till he's like Tom played till he was 45.
I don't. Yeah.
Like, I don't think-
Let's just say Patrick Mahomes plays till he's 45. He has a strong chance to get more than 7 rings, the way that he's going. Like,
Yeah.
you feel me? Like,
Especially if the problem is like
But I don't
when does
think-
Andy retire?
I don't think Patrick Mahomes will. Here's another argument that I've heard that people say, where it's like, okay, Patrick Mahomes has everything around him. He has a great coach. Tom Brady left, and immediately that year that he left, won a
Yeah.
ring with that team. If Patrick Mahomes does the same thing, he's better than Tom Brady.
I
What
just
do you
had
think
like
about
a
that?
I just had like a nightmare like image in my head of
What?
Patrick leaving at the end of his career to another team. Like that just it felt like a nightmare just happened in my brain. But
It happened.
I don't think he will because he signed a 10-year contract. He's like is a part owner of the Royals. Like I feel like he's like in Kansas City for life. Like he can't leave.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess we never know. But
But you didn't answer my question.
what was your
Like,
question?
it was so Tom Brady had left for a year, and that same year that he left, he won a Super Bowl with the Buccaneers. Like, do you think if Patrick Mahomes were to do something like that he would be able to win, or
Yeah, for sure.
like you think that he would just be able to
I mean,
transfer and win completely
but
with a new coach,
you gotta remember
new
that
team?
Tom went to a good team. Like
Right.
he didn't go to a shitty team.
Right.
Like they had a good defense. They
Yeah.
had Mike Evans and shit.
Let's
Like
just say that Patrick goes to the Buccaneers.
yeah, he
right
could
now.
win. He could win.
Like with the
Yeah.
same team that they have right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Bucky Irving and
Yeah, Vita Vea. Yeah. Levante
yeah.
David.
And that coaching staff.
Yep.
That
Yep.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Another thing you got to think about when it comes to like Patrick retiring and like the Tom versus Patrick debate is Tom beat him in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Like the head-to-head matchup.
Yeah.
That's kind of hurts Patrick's case.
Yeah.
So it's definitely going to be interesting though. Like is Patrick's not going to play till he's 45, right? No chance.
I don't know. It depends how like much he loves it and how much he wants to
Also, like
continue to win and continue to help his legacy. I don't know. Really.
I think once Andy retires, I think we're fucked. Like we're like.
But you just said that if Patrick goes to another team, that he could win with another coach.
Yeah, that's
so
Patrick.
That doesn't make sense.
Huh?
Because Patrick wouldn't be retiring.
No, I'm saying if Andy left,
right,
we would be fucked.
Why?
So, Patrick is.
What is the difference if Andy left and Patrick leaving? Because
we're fucked. We're fucked either way. Like if Patrick leaves, we're fucked. If Andy leaves, we're fucked.
Obviously, if but like.
I know what you're saying. You're saying is it a bigger loss if Andy leaves or Patrick?
Right.
It's probably a.
I don't think Andy's leaving anytime soon.
But he's getting older though. He might want.
Pete Carroll is older than Andy Reid.
Bro, did you see Belichick's girl at the
yeah,
bro?
Snoop Dogg.
He said something about she wasn't even alive when I was or something.
When y'all won your first ring or something like that.
It's just I don't want to get into this that
crazy.
much, but it's just so gross, man.
That's crazy, yeah.
It's just so gross. I don't know why it's gross. It's just gross.
That he was like 50 years old and she was barely a baby. That's disgusting. That's like gross, bro. Right. Like, oh my god.
So,
fuck.
You got the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs. I guess we'll have to see.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Eagles win. I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs win. It's just like, I just think slightly right now is the Chiefs. I think they will win.
We're gonna have a great night either way. It's your birthday. Happy birthday.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, not today. Sunday.
Sunday. Me and Saquon, 20s.
Yeah.
Birthday
right,
20s.
Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.